Well, when we first started, I didn't talk at all. Like maybe one word hi and that was it, and I was just silent. But we played Jenga a lot. That was like my favorite game to play.
We played that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Did you win?
Yeah, I think so.
Not as often as he
No.
did in playing chess. He endeavored to teach me how to play chess. And he loved to play chess because I got pounded every time.
I remember being in your little office there with the mentor room and kind of anticipating when she's going to walk through the door. I didn't know what she looked like. I didn't know who she was. And I think somebody else was waiting for their mentee as well, and hers walked in first, and I didn't know that whose it was going to be. And so, but then I saw Cam, and I remember thinking, all right, she's probably taller than me. But I was really excited. I was excited about it.
How long have you been in the country at that point?
I've been like, that was like my second year in the country, so like my English was just like right about around there. And that to me, so I know I had now to spend an hour with somebody who doesn't speak the language. So I was like, well, this is something.
We need something to do that does not involve talking.
Yeah.
She's honest, and she's really funny. And when I talk to her, it doesn't feel like I'm like talking to an adult. It's just easy. It's fun.
So when I first started meeting with Mary, I didn't know how to react because I had had one mentor before her who I only had for a year, and then she moved to Florida. So when they told me I was gonna get a new mentor, I didn't know what to think.
Just having someone there like to talk to besides like family and stuff, because I can like tell her anything.
Yeah, I remember I used to call her my big sister number 2. I never told my sister that because she'd get mad. She'd get so mad, like, oh, I'm not your big sister. Like,
First started like meeting when I was up in the 7th grade, and when I first met Bruce, I was kind of disappointed because I thought I was gonna get like a really tall basketball player as a mentor, but then I saw Bruce, I was like, dang, what did I get myself into?
It's since he said that, I too was disappointed because I thought I was going to get a football player. No, actually, when I met him, the first time I met him, I just thought, what a great kid.
And being away from teaching, it kind of still brings me back to what I loved about teaching a little bit at least, you know, being able to see her and seeing the impact she's had on them. It's almost like Savannah's their mentor in a way, you know. So I mean, it's been a really great experience, I think, for all 4 of us.
If I had a bad day or didn't even feel like being there, she'll come over and make jokes and just have a fun time with her.
Well, we always played like board games and stuff, and then we kind of stopped once he started to lose more often.
Like, she's always there for me when I need something, and she's always there to encourage me with everything. And that's what I really, really like about her.
Whenever I need someone, I know I can go to her and I can trust her with anything. And she's just like a second mom. Well,
the way he's able to just like speak with me friendly makes it more comfortable for me. And you know, that's great.
She went to a couple of my soccer games, or like whenever she can, she'll try to go to like my volleyball games, or yeah, and she asks me how things are doing at home, like besides school.
I will recommend that if you need someone to talk to and you can't really get around with your parents, maybe getting a mentor will probably be a great alternative for you.
Freshman year, I was going through so much, and I was just like so much insecurity, and I just wanted somebody to vent to. So I think that's why I really wanted a mentor, and I wanted that. Oh my God, I'm getting teary-eyed.
Wait, you can't cry. I'll cry if you cry. I don't know why. I didn't know we were gonna cry.
I didn't either.
Nobody told me that.
We did start 10 years ago when Kyer was in 3rd grade, and it came at a real difficult time in my life. I had lost my wife in June, and so we started up in September, and you know, it really filled a void in my life.
I appreciate that
I can count on him every week. Even if, say, Tuesday doesn't work, he's gonna make one day of the week work. And so basically never like, you know, standing me up or anything.
I remember when I first made the cheer team, and like, I always tried out for cheer. Like, even in middle school, I never made it. But when I finally made it here, like, she was the first person I was like excited to tell. When I told her, she cried tears of joy. She was like, "I'm so happy for you," and I was just like, "Oh, she really cares." Like,
we had a good connection, and I never really had that connection with other teachers as I was growing up. So after we had that connection, and then you told me that, like, yeah, she could be your mentor, it wasn't really like I need help. It was just somebody to talk to, so another guidance person for me. My mom was my best friend, but as I got older, that I needed somebody else to talk to, and she was definitely perfect for that.
I always can tell, like, he cares about me. He'll text me. Like, if I miss school or something, he'll ask what's going on. Like, last week I had some problems, so I was missing a few days. He texts me, "Do you need me to come in Monday with you? Get everything settled, figured out." So I just know he cares about me, and yeah, he wants the best for me.
I would say that Caprice showed tremendous strength over the last few years. He has grown up from a little boy to a young man, and he's shown a level of personal responsibility that you hope to see from all your students. And I have no doubt that the challenges that he's had to overcome in the past are going to be the exact things that help him succeed in the future.
Like you know, I'm from Africa, Nigeria precisely. So it's a cultural thing for me to adapt to a teenager here in the States. It's totally different from what it would be back home. And so one of the things I learned is I learned how to relate with people from where they are.
These are people who want to be in your life, so don't push them away. Don't distance yourself, because you might need the support someday. And it's a good support system if you don't have it anywhere else.
He has a positive outlook on mostly everything that he does, and like what he tells me. He's very encouraging to where he tries to make sure that I'm okay more than anything else.
I'd like to say something bad about him, but I can't. You know, he's not even all that moody, maybe a little moody. And I wish I could have got him away from his video games a little more. It seems like that was his whole life, like a lot of kids. Well, not anymore, but when he was younger, I think he spent a lot of time doing that, so I try to egg him on to do maybe a little more.
I think every mentor gets discouraged at some point, generally at the start. But just wondering, you know, are we making a connection? Is my mentee gaining value from this? So I think you just have to keep coming, keep trying to make that connection.
He lets me talk, he don't just talk over me. He like wants to know what I've been up to, like what he missed. Something happened, like something happened special or something. Did you do anything fun? Like
because my daughters are older now, it's been really nice to have someone younger in my life to keep me up to date on what's going on with kids in the high school and younger, and so it just gives me a spark during my week, something I look forward to.
I love how he listens and doesn't like criticize, because like I've had a lot of criticism, like talking wise, like whatever I say or just something that's kind of wrong in some way, and like when I talk to him there's like no criticism, he just listens.
I just really enjoy the time I've spent with her. She always knows what's going on around the school, which knows more than I do, even though I work here.
You get like this bond, and it's like you don't like really know that in the beginning because it's so new and everything, but like as you keep going, like our bond keeps getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about how you know, what he's passionate about and how to transition that into a major or a career or something, kind of trying to attack it from that way, because he's not he's not in school for the school experience necessarily. It's not really his thing, but he's passionate about a lot of things that I think will make him really successful in the future.
He was like the main reason why I stayed in school, because him and my mom, because they both wanted me to finish. Because neither of my brother or sister like went. They both got their diploma, but they never like graduated and finished through high school, went to prom or anything like that. And I'm the only one that done all that. But Steve used to be on my case about school because he was like, the education is free now, so you might as well get it while you can. So that's what I did.
She probably doesn't realize how much I've learned from her throughout these last, what, 7 years? So it just means a lot to me to have somebody stick with me as long as I've stuck with her.
I feel like it's an opportunity to have an effect on the community and be the kind of adult that I wanted to hang around when I was their age that I didn't have. A lot of what I do with these young men are things that I didn't have in my life.
When she gets in my car, she changes the station to a hip-hop station.
105.5.
So I've listened to things that I would not have listened to otherwise.
The first day of 5th grade, after about a half a year, I met her in January of 4th grade. I had super long hair, and I chopped my hair off to even shorter than it is now, and I got brand new glasses. And I walked in the first day of 5th grade, and I was like, Caitlin, let's go mentor. And she was like, I don't know you. And she just stayed in the lunchroom, and they told me, they said, hey, if they don't want to go with you any day, don't force it, just say okay and goodbye. And we got it all worked out. But it was just one of those really early things was like, I shouldn't have cut my hair,
I think that I've been impressed with Hunter's always a positive, steady person, and I'm kind of an emotional roller coaster, so he's good. He's a good, I think after about 3 years, he started mentoring me.
It's one of the most special relationships that you'll ever have. It's a great opportunity that I feel that God has given us, and you need to give it your all too. And I think that what's going to happen is at the end, we're at the 4th quarter of senior year, and it's almost done. So continue to grow that relationship and just don't let it end. We're not going to let it end. No.